Alright, here we go. A little change to the channel, not that anyone cares. Is that I won't be doing full fight predictions. I won't be taping every fight. It takes too fucking long and I don't have time for it, so I'll be taping individual fights that I feel like doing, fights that I have an early lean towards that I'll have a play on. Yeah, and I actually had an early lean on this play, but then I ended up going the opposite way. And you'll find out that at the end of the video. Okay, so if you're not familiar with how I break down fights, I do the key characteristics of the opponent first, of the fighters first. We go striking techniques, along with their striking tendencies, and then the grappling techniques and their grappling tendencies. And we'll break down Aspen loud first. Her striking technique, she has a nice left hook, kind of just wings it out there. Doesn't really set it up. Well, you know, it's just individually thrown. 1-2s, just coming forward, 1-2s. She never takes a backward step. She's always just coming forward. And it'll be interesting to see who's getting the forward momentum, who's walking forward in this fight, because JDR, she also does really well going forward on the front foot. But Aspen, I've never seen anyone push her back, so it'll be interesting. Maybe JDR can hit her with a few hard straight lefts, no straight rights. Yeah, she's an orthodox, I believe. Yeah, maybe hit her with a few straight rights, get her backing up a little bit, but so far no one's tested it on that. Her grappling technique, she just throws short elbows when in top position for ground and pound. Real vicious because she makes those female tennis player noises. So a few of those, and the ref just sprints over to stop it, to call it a TKO, because it sounds like it's so much worse than it actually is, probably. Her grappling tendencies, she'll control the wrist from the back position to open up ground and pound opportunities, and she'll also counter a strike, like the opponent's straight punch from their power hand, and level change that and duck under for a double leg takedown. And once she gets the takedown, she'll look for mount immediately, and then once she gets a good position, she'll start raining down short elbows from ground and pound. And break down JDR now. Her striking techniques, she got a real nice 1-2, nice snapping jab, nice 3-2. She'll throw the jab and then come around with an overhand right. I believe that dropped one of her early UFC opponents, and she finished her off soon after that. Striking technique, she kind of moves her head off the center line when she throws her punches, which is really good. It's a really good habit to have. Can't say the same for Aspen Ladd, unfortunately. Her footwork is really good. Uses it to evade punches. Uses it to evade takedowns. She'll kind of, skip back while stuffing the head, and then straight back into striking stance. When she throws the straight 2, she'll sit down on it when she's countering opponent's forward offense, like in the Holly Holm fight when Holm would just crash forward. Randamie would just plant her feet and then fire with that accurate straight right. And I can see Aspen Ladd walking into that as well. Footwork's kind of predictable. Head movement is little to none, and she comes forward pretty predictably a lot. JDR will actually throw pretty heavy leather if her opponent's not moving her head off the center line, as we saw in the Pacheco fight. Pacheco kind of wasn't offering anything defense wise, and JDR just kind of let her have it. And grappling tendencies pretty much just looks to stuff them straight away and get back to the feet. How Aspen wins her fights is she's got really good defensive BJJ on her back, and she's really strong for bantamweight or for a lady. Very strong for the weight class. Good BJJ transitions on top. Good scrambles. When she's on bottom, she'll create a scramble to get up on top. She even did that against, a world champ in Sajara Eubanks. Created a scramble and then ended up back on her feet. She's got really good ground and pound, as that's finished a lot of her opponents. Great cardio. We'll see. It hasn't been tested over 5 rounds, but I would even venture to say that she has better cardio than JDR. But we'll see. Maybe she paces herself incorrectly and gasses out in the early 4th round. Obviously, the forward pressure of Aspen really gets to opponents. Also, that the fact that she seems unfazed by punches. Just keeps coming forward, even if you hit her. And also the high boxing guard. She'll keep her hands really high, which is really good. It's a really good habit to deflect her punches, or to deflect the damage coming from the punches. And Germaine, how she wins, a lot of feints when she's in the offensive clinch. So when she has her own clinch, she's really effective from there. It's more like a Muay Thai plum clinch. She'll kind of just throw knees, a few elbows. She'll even throw straight punches from there. I've seen her throw. I think she did it in the Raquel Pennington fight. She just broke away from the clinch, threw a straight right, and it's pretty devastating because it's in real close quarters. She got good takedown defense, but all the fights that she's lost really are kind of, you can kind of say it happened because of her takedown defense. Like I think of Julia Budd, she lost. Nunes, she lost because of grappling. So yeah, it's obviously a weak point for her, but we haven't seen it tested in 6 odd years. So it'll definitely be tested in this fight. Germaine's striking defense is good. Good footwork, to hold the center of the octagon, to evade strikes, all that. She got real good distance management, which will be key in this matchup because Aspen will try to crush the distance and then get to your legs. Oof, I saw JDR is 5'10". I don't think that's right. I also don't think she's got a 73-inch reach. That's absurd. It's an absurd reach for a lady. If those stats are true, then that's not good for the grappling heavy Aspen lad. But I don't think they are. I think she's 5'9" and she has a 70-inch reach. How Aspen loses is she's just got her chin in the air, head on center line. We talked about that. Also, Muay Thai plum clinch knees to the body. She seems to not understand how to escape from those positions, and she kind of finds herself getting caught and getting kneed to the body. And they can be stoppage worthy strikes if one hits you in the right spot. She could be controlled on the cage for a long time. We saw that in the Lena Landsberg fight, and she's a bit flat-footed, a bit predictable. What we talked about earlier. How JDR loses. So a reactive takedown can be used against her when she overextends in a combination, or just the opponent times it really well. She doesn't retract it. She retracts her punches pretty well, but you'd have to time it pretty good to get underneath her. The fence clinch situations, needs to work on the escapes from the fence clinch. Seems like every fight she just gets controlled on the fence, doesn't really know how to escape. Seems to be a problem for her whole career. Haven't seen any improvement in that section, so maybe Aspen can exploit that and grind her out. Yeah. Sometimes her strikes can come predictable. You know, the counter straight two, when she's backing up and then plants and then throws the counter straight two, can be predictable. You know, but yeah. So the X factors for this fight is Aspen Ladd's first main event, first 5-round fight. She seems to always have a tough weight cut. But JDR is obviously much bigger. But Aspen seems to always have a tough weight cut. I don't know the reason for that. She doesn't seem that huge for 135. But yeah. JDR's got a 3-inch height advantage, 5-inch reach advantage. Talked about that before. JDR's 6-1 in the UFC, so that's a pretty good record. Path to victory for Aspen. When Germaine bounces in to close distance, you know, just slip the punch, level change, get her to the ground, or just get her up against the fence. Use elbows or work for a takedown once you're on the fence. And once it gets to the ground, just pass guard, try and ground and pound, get a dominant position, you know, and then ground and pound. And obviously intense forward pressure. Just make sure you're the one going forward. And for Germaine, pass the victory. Don't overextend on the straight two, because you can get taken down, which is where you don't want to be under Aspen Ladd's ground and pound. Maybe try some Muay Thai clinch knees to the body. Seems to be a weakness of Aspen's. Sit down on your punches when you can. You know, when she's not moving ahead, when she's becoming really predictable. Just, you know, put some more and more into your strikes. If you know what's going to hit, just throw it. And you know, throw the jab, throw the straight right to keep distance, keep respect, keep Aspen's respect, to make sure she keeps the distance between you, so she doesn't, you know, get too close to your legs. And try and get on the front foot. It might be hard against Aspen because she has the takedown threat and you don't, but just try and get the front foot, maybe hit her with a few strikes, get her backing up. I feel like that could be really good for JDR here. Yeah, that could be huge. But overall, my prediction is Randamie TKO round 3. Yeah. We'll look at the betting odds here. I just think she'll be able to keep the distance, be able to stuff the takedowns. Yeah, be able to just fend off all of Ladd's offense. I think Ladd's a bit too predictable. I really like Aspen Ladd. Huge fan. So this was a difficult decision to bet against her. I hope she does really well in the future. I wouldn't even be mad if she got this win, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not feeling the inside the distance. Oh, that's not bad, but I'm just going to go straight because I feel like that's value anyway. When did it start? Jesus. I was so close to like taking it there because I thought it was going to keep going down. But I ended up getting like 135 or some shit. But yeah, so yeah, that's good. So my bet is Germaine to Randamie at 145. And that's what I advise you guys to bet. So hopefully that gets up, and we'll talk next week when I break down Walt Harris versus Alexia Oleinik, and what's the other one? I've got a few other ones. I think Sam Alvey might be on the cards, and Ray Borg fight might be on the cards. But that doesn't mean I'm picking them. That's just the other two guys. I can't remember their names. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.